the Atlanta Hawks. 4-4 in the last week. Tell me how you feel. What's your vibes with the Hawks? I know you're not quite as drilled in as far as living it every day like I do. How are you feeling about us currently?
I mean, I'm interested to see how Trae assimilates, but for these 4 games, the Pistons are just really good. I take that as a grain of salt.
Wait. Before we get into that, I just want to know your pulse of your feelings of the Atlanta Hawks. November 24th at 8:34. What you feel?
I mean, incomplete. We're very incomplete. I think we're flowing. I think our offense is just free flow. It's fantastic. I don't know what to make of our defense. It is hard to watch sometimes. But for the most part, I think we're ahead of schedule.
Yes. Now I feel like somebody hit something in the background. You know how you tell when somebody tore it up. But yes, I feel kind of the same way. There's a lot of optimism right now. I think we're playing pretty good. And it frustrates me that Kristaps Porziņģis is still in the starting lineup, not because he shouldn't be playing. I think that he is very difficult to really get a beat on because he is masterful when available, just not available nearly enough. And sometimes you go to the bench, you're like, oh, that's $70 million sitting on the bench between Trae and Kristaps. Boy, as good. And I kind of feel mostly different, mostly. I think the defense has been okay. I think that sometimes the offense has been a slog and not been consistent enough. But I'm like, if we could get those guys on the floor in games that we lose, like when we lose to the Pistons, they would have gave us 8 points. They'd have gave us 10 points. We could have got it done. But let's start there with a very tough loss, 120-112 against the Pistons, who have not lost a game ever, apparently, and don't plan to lose one anytime soon. And they don't have Jaden Ivey.
He came back. Oh, they didn't have him against us, but yeah, he's
correct.
He came right back to those trade packages.
Hey, where you want to live, brother? Here, no, not no more.
We are going to do right by you.
You right. We'll get you right out of here.
Hawks, Pistons. I mean, the Pistons are really good, dude. Their defense, they basically did what the Hawks used to do and spam Cade and Jalen Duren. And we used to spam Trae Young and whoever was at the 5 with the pick and roll. And that's all they did. Plus, they had I can't remember his name. He's on an $865,000 contract.
Dennis Jenkins.
He absolutely embarrassed everybody one-on-one. So when Cade went out, they just gave him the ball at the elbow and said, "Go
14-7, ladies and gentlemen, from a man whom none of us have ever seen or heard before."
Who got profiled the day after. Right. They said, "Oh man, he's killing it." I was like, "Damn."
The only thing that gives me any solace is he cut everybody's ass, ours included. At least you just didn't do it to us. Jalen Duren is way better than I ever thought he was going to be. And he's just big and strong. And if he can give you 24 points and 8 rebounds and 3 assists and 2 steals, it's going to be very difficult to deal with that at that size. He is, pause if applicable, he is a man amongst boys. Cade, 25 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. That dude is just good and tall.
I mean, he's 6'8", and really he looks 6'9". He looks like Tobias Harris with a handle. Like he can hit the mid range, he can hit the elbow, and he can pass. Jalen Duren looks like Okongwu
to control.
If Okongwu was 6'10".
Correct, and just more muscles. Jalen Duren is a 90s throwback size player.
That Dwight Howard shows.
Yeah. It's not he's not a person who, it ain't no whole lot of tussling. You better make a good decision when he's around.
Yeah.
And if you have something to say, you should probably let him leave before you say it.
Yeah. Because he also has backup. Because Isaiah Stewart, him and Isaiah, that was really the game. Him and Isaiah Stewart just beat up our front court the whole game.
And that's been the biggest problem. Like when we played Toronto, where you actually there are teams now who, as large as our team is, there are certain teams that also have the same thing. It's like, okay, let's do it. And then a lot of times they have way more chemistry because they play together. Or, I mean, in this case, they might just have better players, and it becomes very tough for us. That's where we need, if we had Kristaps and Trae, we could have had a little bit more offensive juice, because as good as we are, we play, Duncan Robinson going 4-9 from 3, that spaces the floor. It makes things more difficult. If we had a little bit more offensive juice, that's the reason I'm kind of frustrated we haven't done something. And we had to make a big move, but we can use a guard. And as much as I like Keaton Wallace, he don't give us a lot on offense consistently.
You got nothing for Asar Thompson, big dog.
Right. Right.
Asar Thompson is crazy. Should the Pistons make a move? They've been rumored to be connected to Lauri Markkanen, but there's no way I would trade Asar Thompson. They have too much defense. They're too good to make a trade for me.
I'm not. I don't know if Lauri can be good on a good team. I think that he can be good, but when it comes to being on a team at $44 million specifically, and whatever draft capital that they're going to want, because the Danny Ainge don't make a deal unless he can rob you, or he's so flush with money that he has to give people away like he did Jordan Clarkson and John Collins. It's just like, I don't have anywhere to put these guys. You can have them. But outside of that, he's probably going to rob you. And if he's going to give up Lauri Markkanen, he's looking to rob you.
I don't see how Lauri fits in this team.
Oh, he's Tobias, but better.
Yeah. I mean, but Lauri has, for what I've seen, Lauri has to be the number one option. And you are not the number one option on this team. You are going to be catch and shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's all, that's the reason I've never been high on Lauri. Not a big rebound guy, not a big defensive guy, not a big assist guy. Just, hey, throw me the ball and I can score, and that's cool. But I can't give you $44 million to do one thing.
I mean, that's essentially what the Pistons are missing, though, because they got everything you just listed. They got, though.
Sure. But once you give it up, you're not going to have that depth anymore, which you have, and you have 12 wins in a row. That's the reason I probably wouldn't touch it. I'm not getting rid of anything with 12 wins in a row.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a SAR. If I could have gave you like Jaden Ivey and all them other dudes, then yeah. But I can't give you them 4. I can't give you a SAR, Duren, Cade. I'll probably give you Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, but what do they need? What is I mean, I guess especially with no Walker Kessler for the rest of the season, but they need to figure out what they got in their bigs in the first place. They got Taylor Hendrickson over there. They got Kyle Filipowski. They got plenty of tall guys. I understand the Thompson robot for sure. I don't care what I got on my team. I can use a guy who can do everything. Shit, me. But that's enough on the Pistons. They are really good, but I think that this was a good test. And in that game, we didn't have Kristaps, we didn't have Trae, and we still gave everything. I think that there's a high potential that if we could get these guys back and they play in the system, there is potential for us to be really good, because we've been good against teams.
Well, I mean, Pistons ain't have like 5 people either now. They ain't have to.
I agree, but I'm just saying, if we got our guys back, I'd like to see what it looked like, and I think that's fair. Spurs.
That was disappointing. Us losing to the Spurs with no Victor Wembanyama and not even letting other good players on their team. Not saying that Keldon Johnson ain't good, but you can't get beat by Keldon Johnson.
This is the reason I think that the Spurs should consolidate. It's because Keldon Johnson he's just not enough minutes for him. And I think that he is the guy who you can get burned by, because on certain nights he's going to be able to do that. Versus us, 9 of 12, 3 of 5 from 3, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 25 points, 9 of 12 from the field. But for me, he's been good and he's had an opportunity, since the team hasn't been that good, to play and actually become a very, he's not like a star, but he's a high level serviceable player. So for me, yeah, I think that there's not going to be enough minutes for him. But if I'm a team that's kind of short on depth, if I'm the Suns, I'm looking for a Keldon Johnson. He is a perfect guy to add to the mix to score me some points, even though they're playing really well.
Yeah, I don't. What do you get back? You just trying to get draft capital?
Or, I mean, I would also, if I'm Miami, give me Keldon Johnson. Hey, y'all want Tyler Hero? You want a guy who can get you some buckets?
There you go. And he from up there too. He from Milwaukee, ain't he? He from the Midwest.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. But the Hawks, I didn't see the box score on this one. I think
Ricochet 1-10 hurt us.
Yeah, that was his first game back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, from the bad fall,
and it was ugly.
And we played, we playing Veet a ton of minutes.
They're using him. They're using Veet as the second ball handler, and I like Dyson. That's cool. But I like Veet in the more catch and shoot role. Also, I think Luke Canard has been out for a couple games too, if I'm not mistaken.
Off and on. But in this game, 10 points, 4-7 from Luke. Veet, 30 minutes, 5 points. I can't ever get mad with Veet because he is on a minimum non-guaranteed contract he's literally on a college scholarship for all intents and purposes. And not even like a high-paid college scholarship. And we're playing him 30 minutes. Now, with this, Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been on a heater. In this game, he went for 38 points, 13 of 17, 8 of 10 from 3, 4 of 4 from free throw, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is
most improved
really good basketball player. I don't even know that because Dyson has been playing out of his mind. Jalen's been playing out of his mind. And Okongwu's having the best season of his career. That's the part that kind of concerns me about the potential of Trae coming back is you have guys who are playing better than I think than anybody's ever expected them to play. Don't you get in here and shoot the ball 25 shots. We will kill you.
Yeah.
Spurs was a tough loss, but I'm okay with us losing games, playing competitively if we can take something from the games. And I think we've kind of done that. And I think that these guys playing without Trae and looking, because the other part I was watching last night, I'm thinking to myself, if you don't watch us, which of course, remember, like, follow, subscribe, you might not know anybody on the Hawks other than Kristaps Porziņģis.
You probably know Jalen now.
Maybe. You're just getting introduced to this guy. You don't know where he went to college. How long has he been on the Hawks? Where was he for the last 2 years? Nobody, it's the joke on every day on the internet. Nobody knows who the hell Zachary Ricochet is. They think he's terrible.
That's the worst number one pick in history is what I heard somebody say. And Anthony Bennett is still alive. That's crazy. Crazy.
Sometimes you gotta get him over there. Nobody knows who Onyeka Okongwu is. Surely they don't even know how to pronounce Muhammad Gay's name. Luke Canard, they're probably like, oh, that's where he is? Didn't know. And Keaton, oh, I know his brother. And I barely know his brother.
No, you don't. I'm about to say, no, you don't.
Some people know
OKC.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
He's OKC. It's Shy, Holmgren, Jalen, the black white man. And Caruso, because he hustles, and a whole lot of other people.
Right. He's in the blend. But that's the biggest thing is just try to take something from the loss. I hope that every game that we play, we are getting confidence so that the next game, it does look like we kind of get it together. After that, we played the Pelicans. And I ain't gonna lie to you, for the first half or so, I thought we were going to lose. I was like, well, we cannot lose to the Pelicans. If we lose to the Pelicans, we're going to be embarrassed. I done talked all this shit about this team, and then we get here, and it does not look good.
The Derek Queen is a problem, man. He
is in a very unique problem. Number one, I like that he got beef with us, and we got smoked with him. We don't, I don't hate it. He says we traded him. Sure, we traded you because your team wanted to give us a golden ticket. And last time I checked, if they hand out a golden ticket, I would like it. Yes.
How you doing, Willie? Willie Wonka, I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Did you freeze?
Wonka. A funny story. Nah, they tried to hate. But yeah, the golden ticket. You can take it, create your motivation. I think that he has a very good game. My biggest takeaway from watching him play is he can be effective. He needs a ton of help on defense. Keep him away from Zion and get him in shape yesterday. Because while he does have a handle and do everything, if you just look at him and his body, oh, you bad body, brother. You need your legs too skinny. You need to get some strength because he's a solid rebounder. But in order to stay healthy and avoid soft tissue injuries, as your teammate has been kind of running to, you need to build your strength and lose you some weight.
Yeah, 19. Hopefully he can do it. But as you said before, we took over this stadium, and I do like the Derek Queen smoke. And what he's referring to is Derek. Basically, the Hawks had the game won in hand, and we were dribbling out the clock. And he steals the ball from Veet while Veet isn't looking, and goes and dunks the ball with like 2 seconds left. Veet calls him a slang word for cat over and over again.
And then points at the scoreboard as well. Like, look, we just beat your ass.
And Derek tries to get in his face. And then when they ask him about it, he says, they traded me. I got smoke with them forever. And then he released a tweet the next day after everybody talked about it and said, January 7th, we will be there, as the Atlanta Falcons referenced him.
Right.
Which,
so this is
cool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, let me tell you, bro. I like you a ton. You're not going to play competitive basketball for a long time. So when you're talking about you're going to see people or anything, you better be looking at Zion and trying to keep him off of Mariah Mills and vice versa, if you know what's good for you. But I do like him. He's fun to watch. And, you know, everything they say about him looking like baby Albert Sengun / Joker / DeMontis Sabonis is true. Slow moving, good rebounder, good bucket. Hey, it will help you to play some defense. I don't know if he can learn how to play defense because he ain't stopping nobody. Ain't a soul. And
right now we have their pick right there. What?
Correct.
Third pick?
Yes. Well, secondish. But yeah,
lottery odds
correct.
To have the second or third pick.
Yes. Which is even more interesting. Give y'all a little bit more is remember they also traded that Pacers pick they had back to the Pacers before the Pacers lost Tyrese Halliburton in the playoffs. So they potentially gave back what looks like Darren Peterson and Good Boozer and Joe Dumars. For you to have been at this job 2 months and to have done that already, you're not starting out great. I know that everybody's happy with Derek Queen, and I think that him and Jeremiah Fears, they were wonderful to watch. That's going to be all well and good, and you're going to end up having to trade those guys and you being fired.
Jerry Jones has taught me this year, I ain't judging nobody till I see the end product of your plan.
Oh, no. Completely different. It's no way that you can give up. And the other guy you got, nobody even knows his name. That 24th pick that you got in this draft. Oh no, that Pacers pick, you might hit the reset button on the Pacers because they got rid of Miles Turner, but they're going to be able to get a cheap big.
Again, until I see Joe, let me see what you do, what you're planning. I'm assuming a lot of people will be traded in the offseason or by the trade deadline. I need to see it. But you're right. As of now, it don't look good. But I will reserve judgment. I'm not going to jump out the window like I did before, and I'm going to wait.
I am all for a reassessment once trades have been made because the trade does matter, but the execution of the pick is a lot of that as well. But you put yourself in the danger zone, and I'm happy that I'm not there with you. Well, Trae is supposed to be evaluated in 4 weeks from November 1st. Today is November 24th. So what, we're about a week away?
5 days from the reevaluation.
And of course, reevaluation does not mean return. And I feel very confident that he will not return in 5 days because typically they will say that he's done contact stuff. And I'm not sure if he's dribbled a basketball yet from what I've seen. And if they have, they've kept it hidden and tucked away from the entire world. I think we're at least 2 or 3 more weeks away. And I think that maybe they push it for as long as they can, as long as they're playing well.
Yeah, of course.
Luke Canard, questionable with the hip. Tuesday against the Wizards. I assume that he probably doesn't play because hopefully we can beat the Wizards without Luke Canard. And then we have N'Faly Dante and Ellie Njai, who have some injuries with they're basically College Park guys.
I'm interested in the Ellie Njai because if you looked at us when we played the Hornets, their rookie center absolutely torched us on the boards.
Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Nope. Deba starts with a D.
Moussa Diabaté.
Man, he had like a quarter where it was like he gets another rebound. You know,
he's athletic,
highly athletic. Another rebound. Oh my god! Like he was killing the Hawks for a little bit. That was, I don't know why we always have to play difficult against the Hornets. Like the Hornets could be 1-10, and they come and they either will beat us by 30 or we'll win by 2.
Well, the first thing is they kind of have that thing where they got a bunch of guys who are around the same height as us, which suddenly us getting in transition and kind of pushing people out of the way as Jalen likes to do. That's my favorite move with Jalen. When Jalen get down here, I'm like, hey, move. And then lay the ball up. Oh, I love it. But that, number one, Coniple, if you like watching people just shoot the ball, he is the most Duke player ever. Pass him, shoot it, boom. And they are con bombs. And that's what I'm calling them because he be bombing them things.
And there's nothing you can do about it either because he's 6'8".
It is, imagine how much more ethical basketball they play when there's no LaMelo just playing 2K ball. And they just played normal, reasonable basketball. And that's not really been what the Hornets have been known for. But if you could get Brandon Miller back, I think this team could be very good and very problematic.
And they keep old boy on a cheap contract because he's volatile. Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
Not Miles Bridges. Is it Miles Bridges?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
they keep him on a contract.
He's rangy. Yeah.
He plays, he's really a 3, but he plays the 4 because it's athleticism. But he's right. I'm not gonna say crazy. He's unstable sometimes, and that keeps his contract down.
And he just ain't scary. And we don't we got a lot of things, but we don't really have per se an enforcer. So it's nobody there to be like, hey, bro, you're done. So yeah, he gonna be able to get into the jersey of a lot of guys and make it difficult. That's the reason I would have liked to see us play a little bit more of N'Faly Dante. He has been crushing College Park. He's just big, strong guy. And I mean, I think that him in the middle would just solidify us from okay, you're not just going to get in here and do anything. And anytime that Okongwu goes out of the game, that makes it difficult. And he doesn't want to play overly aggressive because he's trying to manage them fouls. So he wants to stay out of foul trouble because he knows if I stay out of foul trouble, I can play the whole game. If I play the whole game, probably give us a good chance to win. But just having
Jalen, he kept it going with this game because it was tough, and then he decided I'm better than all of you.
I think we need somebody to just slap him before the game because the first 4 or 5 minutes of every game, he's just kind of, how he's out there, and I love Jalen, but he's just not, prancing and dancing. And then it's once he gets upset or it's it's time to win, then suddenly he's oh, I'm bigger, faster, stronger than you guys. And hey, I got this little mid-range jump shot. And if you give me just enough space, then I just shoot the 3 and just, all right, well, cool. And I appreciate him and Okongwu, hey, if you're not in arm's distance, I'm just going to shoot it.
Yeah. I think he had another, stat stuffing game. And I think this game he had 0 turnovers, which the only other Hawk to do that in the last 5 years, I think, was Trae. He's done it 4 times. But to have 20-something points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 0 turnovers, 2 blocks, 3 stocks or whatever.
Ethical basketball. We're not wasting possessions. We just had a random approach. Chuck it. Hopefully, if it goes in, if enough of those go in, we win. Now it's no, we have way more control. And you can tell he's been practicing with LeBron because he does that thing where he puts the guy on his hip right here. And then Kristaps Porziņģis is standing on the other side of the court. So, I got you right here. I have the whole defense extended, and then I do that wraparound pass, and then Kristaps is hey, I shoot this all day. There's nobody here. He just knock it down. That's the reason I understand why he starts, but Kristaps is just not. He's not there every night, so I don't think that that's the guy who we should be playing every night. And I don't think that's unreasonable.
We're linked to a lot of people with this Kristaps Porziņģis expiring contract, and we can go on to the NBA, but we're linked to Domantas Sabonis, and I don't know how true that is, but I'm assuming he would be the starting 5, and Okongwu will come off the bench. But we are linked to Sabonis and, of course, AD. Everybody's looking at the Hawks.
That means Trae has to go, though, because one thing that Sabonis is not a defender. You can't have them ends be bad defenders, because that means that if Trae gets beat, the center is supposed to step up, protect the rim. Sabonis ain't gonna do that. That's my biggest concern.
It takes some coaching for sure. You'd have to treat Trae like they want to treat him. If the vision is Steph, and hide him. But Sabonis offensively, and he would solve our rebounding problem for sure.
That's the reason that I was like, you know what? If I have $40 million to spend on a guy, I don't hate that, but that I don't want to trick bag myself either and then have $70 million and no defense. I think that you can get away with one bad expensive defender. I don't think that right now it's safe to have 2 bad expensive defenders.
So we'll see. But the Hawks, man, they played pretty well. The upcoming games, I don't have it in front of me, but I know they play tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I got it right here. We play the Wizards on Tuesday, Cavs on Friday, Sixers on Sunday, Pistons on Monday. I think we go 2-2 again, and I'm probably okay with that. We probably struggle against Cleveland. We need to beat Philly. And honestly, I don't think back-to-back losses against Detroit is basically confirming they're better than us. I don't like that. That needs to be.
If we were both healthy, then yeah. But where we struggle is without Trae is having somebody to create off the dribble other than Jalen. Dyson does look better from the beginning of the season, but he still needs to shoot more.
Shoot it. Like, he sometimes just gets lost, and I'd be ready to just slap him on the back of the neck. Bro, you're tall. Stop. Like, he'll get to the basket and then start looking for everybody else. I'm like, bro, the hoop is right there. Just shoot the ball. We're not going to be mad. Trust me. We've watched a lot of bad shots. You can shoot one, and we're not nobody going to hurt you. But I also heard that his hand is not 100%. So that's the reason that he had necessarily the confidence. Now, the other thing that I guess we should go ahead and talk about now is Sunday we're at Philly, Monday we're at Detroit. So that means that probably Detroit is going to be a schedule loss, or at least at minimum there will be no Kristaps Porziņģis.
It's going to be
and no Kristaps
run around with Tyrese Maxey for the whole game.
Correct. So I would assume that's probably what we do is just, all right, y'all beat the Wizards after Thanksgiving, Cleveland at home. We got to beat the 76ers, though. And then, we probably just tank it on the
really
Detroit.
Could be 1-3. That when you said Cleveland, Philly, Detroit, I was like,
that's a hell of a run. Then we come back, Clippers, Detroit. Then we get Washington, Charlotte. It ain't fun, but
there we go. The Clippers, Washington, Charlotte may be our reprieve. And you still got to deal with
then you get San Antonio, Chicago, Miami, New York, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, New York, Toronto. December is going to be humbling. We need to try to collect as many wins as we can, because San Antonio, Chicago, Miami, New York, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, New York, Toronto. That's 8 games where we might be the underdog 8 straight.
3 and 5.
I'll be happy with 3 and 5. We make it out of there.
I think we're better than Chicago.
Healthy, it's a problem. But Giddey been a little hurt, so they need all of their guys for sure. But at full strength, they could be a very solid team.